All right. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We want to welcome you to this morning's Research Administration Forum. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, 2025, and we have a small agenda for you today. Alyssa and I, as the representatives of sponsored programs, as your assistant directors for the campus community under sponsored programs, want to again welcome you and go through a few quick updates with the sponsored programs proposal and awards team. Right now, we have no updates for the proposal team to provide or on the awards team. There is a quick reminder. We want to let everyone know that effective July 1st, as a reminder from the previous research forums, the PI eligibility request form 105 is going to be mandatory. The current version that I just provided the link to is mandatory to be used when submitting PI exceptions through our office or through your Cayuse SP IPF routing of your proposal or documentation to our office. Want to make sure that everybody is utilizing this current form so that you don't have to waste time redoing it. If you have any questions about the form, please feel free to reach out to Alyssa or myself, and you can reach us either through the proposals inbox or the awards inbox. Alyssa, do you have anything further to add?
Okay. I do not. It's a happy Wednesday.
All right, well then I will turn it over to my partner in contracts and grants accounting, Miss Nicole Tardiff.
Good morning, everyone. Just some quick points, and that's really all we have today. So we are going to be moving forward with the Huron transfer for the effort reporting system. We still don't have a date or a timeline on that yet. So as soon as we have that, we will get that information out to everybody. We do have daily office hours going on right now. Please note that that is for fiscal close questions. That is not for ticket questions. If you have ticket questions, either reach out to the people individually or please wait till regular office hours. But we really do want to keep these ones for the fiscal close questions. And then we are being more stir with for 2023. At this point, if you have any cost transfers for 2023, save yourself the time. Don't submit a ticket. Send it to me first for approval, because if it's something that requires an escalated approval from your assistant dean, then we're going to have to do that, because at this point you should not have cost transfers still sitting around from 2023. So think about that beforehand. Feel free to reach out to me. That said, check to see if you have any cost transfers you need to get in, and please don't wait that long, because a lot of those projects are closed. We can't recover money on them anymore. It's a big situation. So I see some questions came in. Let me see if I can pull those up real quick.
The two questions in the chat, Nicole, have been answered in the chat.
Okay, perfect. So that's all I have. If there's any other questions, feel free to ask.
Lindsay Dunn, I see your hands up. Can you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm driving, so I can't type in the chat. I just wanted to get some more information. I know I've been reaching out to a lot of people to find out what's happening with the natural accounts that are either incorrectly charging indirects or not charging indirects when they should be. I got an answer from Francisco about them being corrected in August, but I'm concerned about awards that end in June and that haven't been charged indirects on one of the natural accounts suddenly hitting in August after we've been trying to close something out in a final build.
I think Lenora is on here. I know she was working on some of that.
Lindsay, can you reach out to me directly, and we can do a manual adjustment so that you can get
the problem is I don't know, like Sally's just finding them popping up in different projects month over month. And then the other issue is the 770011s. Like we're ending the year with like over $600,000 in indirects that are not supposed to be hitting our bottom line, looking like income for us. So I'm just hoping that these are going to be corrected soon. I don't know
Well,
if Francisco's
we
even on the
can't use
call.
the
Yeah.
system to correct it. We'd have to do manual adjustments. So if it's to close them out, then we would
Okay.
just have to do those. If it can wait until
Okay.
August, then we could use the system to recalculate.
Okay. I'll
So
look at the
if
ones that are
there's
closing and look for those natural accounts that need the indirects on there then. And then otherwise it looks like a whole bunch of our awards are really overdrawn too.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
thank you.
Maria, you have a hand raised?
Hi, yeah, thank you. That makes me think about one of my awards. So it's a sponsored project and some payroll went into the 9900 default activity code, but it's still within the project. Do I need to submit a ServiceNow ticket or will you guys take care of that? Does that make sense? It's that our default is 99.
So we don't have access basically to see what's going on in the default accounts. So therefore you would have to submit a ticket. We have no way of helping without that.
Okay, because it's still within the project. So it's in the project, but instead of the activity code being the default 0, it's 99099. I'll submit a ServiceNow ticket for that.
I was going to say, shoot me an email so we can look at it first, because I don't know why it's doing that, but shoot me
Okay,
an
I'll send
email
you
with
an
that,
email.
and then we'll try to resolve that.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I see Deborah's answering the questions that are in the chat. Ashley, you have a hand raised.
Yeah, so following up on Lindsay's question, when CGA sends an invoice to the sponsor, is the CGA team doing a double check on if those indirects look like they're within the ballpark? Or is that really something we should be doing as research admins, is recalculating all of the indirect costs charged and making sure that they're not inappropriately charged?
We should be checking that before we send out any invoices or financial reports.
When you say we, you mean CGA?
CGA, sorry. Yep.
Righteous. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Any other CGA questions?
Can somebody remind us what the indirects report is? If someone can send a link to, I know there's an indirects report. I just can't, I don't usually pull it unless I see there's an issue or it looks suspicious. So I know there's one out there. I just have a hard time finding it.
There's a KBA that I can post in the chat, and I don't know, Perry, if you want to allow to that I can share, I can show them where they could find it.
You can share your screen.
Okay, good. Let me just get there. Let me just, sorry, wasn't prepared to share. So now in the new layout, it's under others and the reporting dashboard. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I actually had it added in the PPM group. It's this IDC report. Good. And then I'll
Yes,
put the
thank
KBA.
you.
I'll put the KBA in the chat.
Thank you for all the questions. Any more CGA questions before I go to my agenda item? All right, so following Lenora's post in the chat, I'm adding a link to our upcoming training opportunities page. That's for the sponsored programs office. And I'm just going to let you know that we have a class tomorrow. It's a subawards lab. I sent out an email like a week and a half ago saying enrollment's low and this class may be canceled. And a lot of you joined that class, so it is proceeding. So thank you to all of those of you who expressed an interest. So the subawards lab, it's a hands-on class that will put into practice the content learned in the processing subawards Cayuse class. And so we're going to ask questions of that content just so you can be refreshed if you haven't been working on any subawards since you took that class. And then we'll work through step by step how you will actually submit a subaward. And so it's a good hands-on practice just to make sure that things stick and you feel more confident. And then next month, we have 2 classes. And the first is, where's my list? The first is the Preparing a Proposal Budget Lab. And that class follows the Preparing a Proposal Budgets Basics e-course. So you learn the content there. And then the lab allows you to practice. And we prepare an actual budget in that class, line by line. And then you have content experts there to answer your questions. So you feel more confident in preparing your budgets. And then the last class in July is the Electronic Research Administration class. That's one of our basics classes when you first start learning about research administration. And that class is on the use of different ERA systems, Electronic Research Administration systems, to prepare and submit your research proposals or to manage your awards or subawards. So it's systems like ERA Commons, research.gov, or California's FAST system. But the class is going to focus primarily on Cayuse SP, which, as almost all of you should know, you use to route proposals internally for institutional approvals, and then Cayuse 424, which is linked to grants.gov and used to submit proposals to most federal sponsors. So we'll have some hands-on exercises using both of those. And a prerequisite for that one is our e-course Sponsored Programs Essentials, which is our basic, one of good first class to take when you're learning about research administration. So hopefully those are of interest to you, and the link where you can find the additional links to register is in the chat. I didn't put those additional links because they're so dang long. The UC Learning Center has really long links. And unless anyone has any questions, that's it from me. And again, this forum is your opportunity to ask pre-award and post-award questions. So if anything's tickling your brain, now's a good time to let it out. Chris, do you have any last words you want to say?
Well, if there is no more questions, then we can let everybody get back to work. I'm sure everybody's busy working on their end of the fiscal year deadlines. And then we look forward to seeing you at the end of July.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.